Welcome to our 5 on 5. Pleased to be joined today by Mercy Flight CEO Sheila Clough. Good to see you. Thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you so much.
It's good to have you. And so, big milestone year for Mercy Flight. 75 years. That's wild.
Yes. Thank you so much for having us. We are so excited. It is the 75th anniversary of Mercy Flights. It started in 1949 during the big epidemic of polio. Our founder, George Milligan, and some of the community members started the organization because there were challenges to transporting medical patients up to Portland. George was an air traffic controller here in Medford and an avid pilot. And as the story goes, he had a lot of friends in healthcare. And he would hear of the challenges of transporting patients up to Portland. Many times those patients wouldn't survive. One day that patient was his very best friend. And so that was pivotal. He said, enough is enough. He went down to the mayor and said, we need to do something about it. We need to create a air ambulance operations. And that is the start of Mercy Flights. It is the very first not-for-profit air ambulance company in the country.
Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, that's newsworthy here in the Medford area. And then a couple years later, he did something even more paramount. It was expensive to do those transports, and he was worried about the neighbors being able to afford air transports, so he created the very first membership program in the United States to help the neighbors afford those transports if they actually needed them. Now, almost every other air ambulance company in the country has a membership program.
Wow. Well, I certainly don't need to ask how you got your name. Forgive me, never thought about it too much, but it makes a lot more sense right now. So obviously lots changed in 75 years. How has Mercy Flights kind of adapted with the changing technology? Yeah,
well, we'll start with what hasn't changed. What hasn't changed is really our commitment to the community. That was George Milligan. He's very community-minded, innovative, and tenacity. And so what's not changed over the years is our commitment to the community and evolving. And we've evolved significantly and grown significantly over the last 75 years. Starting with air ambulance, now our critical care medical teams on the air side do both helicopter transports for emergency care as well as inter-facility transports in the airplanes and helicopters. But then in the 80s, there was a need for growth in ambulance services. And so now Mercy Flights covers the largest square mile of Jackson County with our ambulance services.
Wow.
And then one more evolution. Back 9 years ago, we were seeing a lot of patients who were struggling with managing and navigating their health care in the community and the social services. And so Mercy Flight stepped up and built the mobile integrated healthcare program where we're going into patients' homes and helping them navigate their health care and their social services.
Wow.
So lots of changes.
Yeah, needless to say, very good. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll have much more in just a moment. Stay with us. Welcome back to our 5 on 5. Again, we're here with Mercy Flight CEO Sheila Clough. So we talked about the past and 75 years celebrating. Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Local nonprofit, pretty incredible. So where do you go from here? What's the future look like for this organization?
Well, fortunately, the future's bright. We're so excited about where we're headed. Last year, the local board of directors for Mercy Flights came together and said, what's next? Where do we go from here? And they set a vision for the organization. And that vision is to revolutionize the nation's integration of mobile health care for all. That is a really lofty goal. And what it means is making sure that we're providing affordable and accessible services in a mobile way to the communities that we serve. And we want to inspire others across the nation to do the same thing for their communities. And so in the coming years, we're going to be transforming the way we deliver that care. And we're working with our healthcare partners right now to make that happen. You can anticipate some virtual healthcare in the near future that will help create that accessibility for our patients.
Very exciting. Congratulations on that. I do want to ask you real quickly, we were talking about this before, you referenced membership. Explain that to us. So, obviously, first responders. Do some people use the services of Mercy Flights a lot? Is that where membership comes in?
Yeah, I think membership comes in with the realization that in order to have these services available, there's a cost associated with that, and therefore the charges for an ambulance or a helicopter transport are pretty expensive. And George Milligan knew that back 50 years ago, 60 years ago. And so the membership concept is for a low fee. You can become a member, and hopefully you don't, but if you need to use the services, then the services are at a very discounted rate or even covered completely if your insurance pays for it. So for a family...
Might make sense.
Yeah, it might make sense. And we've got a lot of young families now that are recognizing the need that their child could get hurt anytime. And so they're buying the memberships just to have that peace of mind. If it's not needed, it's a tax-deductible donation each year.
Interesting.
It's great.
Okay, very good. Great to meet you. Thank you so much for coming in.
Too.
Congratulations
Thank you.
on 75.
Thank you so much.
Stay with us. We'll be right back.